Welcome, everyone. Welcome. We are in the building. We are here. It is great to see you. We are here. Welcome, everyone. It is Thursday. Yeah, it is indeed Thursday night. And we're already in the mix. So we're going to start the night like this. What will be well. For what is well. To take interest is well, and not to take interest shall be well. The sky continues beautiful. The pleasure of men and women shall never be sated, nor the pleasure of women with men, nor the pleasure from poems. The domestic joys, the daily housework or business, the building of houses, these are not phantasms. They have weight, form, location, farms, profits, crops, markets, wages, government. Are none of them phantasms? The difference between sin and goodness is no delusion. The earth is not an echo. Man and his life and all the things of his life are well considered. You are not thrown to the winds. You gather certainly, and safely around yourself, forever and ever. To think of time, Walt Whitman. Welcome, artists and family. You know what it is. Finally, Thursday night has come back. Pull up a Zoom box, grab a microphone, and get comfortable. It's about to go down. Oh yeah. Oh, we here, y'all. Get excited. Welcome to the online open mic presented by the legendary New Eurekan Poets Cafe. I am your host. My name is Elemen2al. Happy Thursday. This is the jump off, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. And y'all know how we do, because we've been doing this quite well. Shout out the greatest community in the world. We've been doing this. Welcome to episode 108. Every Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, streaming live on YouTube. If you're watching and you would like to join us in the Zoom, the number's on your screen, 860-4964-4756. Jump in, join the greatest community in the world. Want to know why I say that? Trust, we're going to show you this evening. We do this and have been doing this week after week thanks to some dedicated folks who pay these bills. I know I say this every week, but I really can't thank these folks enough. The New York City Department of Cultural Affairs, Bloomberg Philanthropies, the Howard Gilman Foundation, and the New York State Council on the Arts. You can add your energy to the mix with a tax-deductible donation by going to neweurekan.org/donate. No dollar amount is too small, and every contribution is appreciated. Make sure you are plugging in with one of the dopest texts in the Zoomverse. Storing only Ron Mark Thompson, aka RMT. You're not down with RMT by now, damn it. You should be. That cat's dope. All the way up in the BX. No, it is. Also, Gensu Lee in the building. Kid Kuza is here. Make sure you plug in with Brian Lee. That cat's all kinds of dope. Mr. Music Man himself. For real. This is where you can find me, Elemen2al.com. Take out the T, put in the number 2, Elemen2al.com. So many things going on, folks, for real. It's 2026, and the new year is going to be crazy. So make sure you stay plugged in, all right? Tonight's theme, Echo Chamber. Voices within, right? I think the poem that I opened up with this evening kind of speaks to the things that we may hear going on in our brains, right? As artists, we have so many ideas, right? They're just hiding behind a door, right? And they're all waiting to get out. They're waiting all for their time. So what are those voices within talking about? What's coming up for you, right? Make sure as you are coming up, please let these folks, let everyone know what you have coming up. If you have features, if you have a book coming, manuscript, if you're being published in a magazine, let the world know, okay? For real. Next week's theme, coming at you. Bridges and barriers, crossing the divide, right? And I think everyone in human history has a story that aligns with this. Everyone. Whether it be crossing bridges, whether it be breaking barriers, whether it be crossing a divide. Everyone and their family history and heritage has a story like this waiting to be told. So I am challenging all of you to be the orator of this story and tell your family's story about the bridges that you've crossed, the barriers that you've broken, and the divides that you've crossed. It's going to be amazing, folks. But remember, as with tonight, you have artistic license to do whatever it is that you feel compelled to do with these themes. All right. Here is a look at our upcoming themes for January. Circuit Breaker is coming up. The Weight of Words. Oh, man. And listen, we got some heavyweight wordsmiths in this building, right? So the Weight of Words is going to be incredibly interesting. All right. So let's get to the rules so we can get to the artistry this evening, folks. Artists, turn your cameras on. We are trying to simulate a live open mic as much as possible. Plus, we love to see all the beautiful exuberance that goes into your artistic performance. All right. As you know, and I will post the next 5 in the list as we go throughout the night. And as you are approaching the mic, have your artwork ready. We do have a full list this evening, so we want to make sure that everyone has the right amount of time to spit their work. As we're talking about time, artists, you have 4 minutes to rock. All right, 4 minutes. Plus, you get a buffer of 30 seconds. All right, let this world know how they can connect with you, what you have going on, you know, where you're going to be, what's on your calendar. All right. Once you are starting your poem, you will see a countdown start in your window. What that's telling you is that everyone is getting that 4 minutes, right? And once you start getting down, it will start counting backwards. Once you get to 4 minutes, it will go into the negative. You will have 30 seconds after that to wrap up your poem, or the mute is coming. All right. We are doing this to make sure we are respecting the microphone. We are respecting everyone involved and the community and the space, including the entire team. So keep it right. Keep it tight, folks. All right. We have reached a time of night where all the sensitive ears should be just outside of earshot. Trust me, it will probably be better for them. But the founders of our cafe were major proponents on the freedom of speech, and we will make sure it maintains in the vein of everything we do. Therefore, there is no censorship. And I don't know how much more I can reiterate this fact, folks. There is no censorship. other than any hate speech or any ism that people may use to manipulate, which will not, I said not, be tolerated. Go around and get cute, man. Get the boot from the BX. Real. This is serious business, folks. What we do is a living, breathing trigger warning. And the world has some heavyweight things going on. So prepare yourself for what poetry is. This is a true call and response space. After these artists get up here and they share a true essence of who they are, you will see this pop up on your screen. This is when you get a chance to share all of that energy, all of that exuberance with the audience, with your colleagues, with the community. Don't worry about the noise, y'all. It's the rowdiest night of the week anyway. We're going to make sure it stays that way. So share all that energy and it will be returned to you. The guaranteed list tonight is closed, although the good luck round is still open. To sign up for the guaranteed list, starts 24 hours before the show, which would be Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern. Sign up, you go to newyourekan.org, you click on full events calendar, you click on that Thursday that you want to get down on, and you need that artist RSVP ticket. That's how you make sure that your spot is guaranteed on the list. Make sure you are plugging in. Sometimes they don't always sell out in 5 minutes. So make sure you are plugging in even on the day of to see if there are still tickets available. All right? Tonight's list. Are you kidding? All of these incredible artists from around the world have came to get down this evening and share with us what is going on with the world, what is going on in their hearts and minds and artistic lives. So let's get to it. Here's all my rowdy friends here on Thursday night. What's good people? Ray Whitaker's here. Lantern, Jazz, welcome. Paul's in the building. Alan Gary's here. Ike Waltz is here. Mathematics, good to see you on your feet, sir. For real. Peace to the God, Bobby and Ngoma's in the building. One of my favorite artists in the world is here. Dr. Z Paige. Brian Enciso is here. I see our resident blacksmith in the building. Brooklyn in the building. Marckincia is here. Sam Harty is here. Ruth Miranda, welcome. Welcome. Alan Gary, good to see you, sir. Yo, it's gonna be interesting. Every night is interesting. You know what I mean? Like this is what I look forward to every single week, man. But seeing y'all, it is absolutely amazing. Thank y'all for being here. You could have been anywhere else in the world, truly, but you're here with us. So thank you. I will post tonight's list in our chat. Well, we're gonna get it going, right? Because the usual suspects are in the building. And I mean that in the best of ways, right? For those of you who may know who Kaiser Sosa is, the usual suspects are in the building. And they do some amazing work. And this gentleman who has a tendency of always being on the spot, Mr. Johnny on the spot himself, has a way of just setting us off every Thursday with such positive energy, always with the rhyme that's always right on time. The one and only Eddie Foreman in the building. Come on, Eddie. Let these folks know where they can find you, man. Always great to see you. Come on. Set it off this evening. Let's go.
Thank you, my bro, like no other, with words like thunder. And thank you for pushing her through. Never forget that we love you, and Ron Mark Thompson and Brian too. Woo! Hello, my name is Ed Potesco, Fit and Fantastic. Please, time you could join my rhyme Fafo Sublime. I got 2 short pieces, so I won't take too much time. The first piece is called Write Them Out. I'm feeling happy, putting myself out there. Hope I'm not sounding sappy. It's with extra care because I love to share. I can feel happiness like the sun to a flower. Photosynthesis like bliss, giving us power in every hour. I feel grounded like a plant, watching the bees pass by. I can feel the footsteps from the ants as the clouds say goodbye. This feeling means we're alive. Sometimes life can suck and blow. Let us continue to thrive to survive. Please don't have an outbreak or overload. If you feel like earthquakes are coming, why not write them all down and shout? Or a surge of complicated somethings, why not write them all down and talk them out? We're the weathers of tomorrow. We're the creatures in the sea. We're the bringers of sorrow. We're the monsters we see. We're the sunshine glow. Why not portray it in your poetry? Thank you. And my second one is called The Inner Thread. The needle pulling thread, the thread inside our head, the sewing of our blanket with our trusty pointy hatchet. We quickly go in and out. The patterns make us shout. Why do we do it? Matter of fact, why do we hide away from the black? Why do we cut away mistakes? Why do we bondage all the lakes? Why do we patch up ugliness? Why do we cover the abyss? Stitching away won't change it. Why do you treat your pit like it's it? We always cover the shadows. In the darkness is a meadow. Not all memories are pleasant, but that doesn't make us less intelligent. Everything has a dark side, yet still it was a joyous ride. Everything is bittersweet, but how else can we be complete? The fabric is a puzzle of you. It's sewn with red, green, and blue. If you haven't experienced it, how can you indulge in life's kiss? Things are always good. Everything wears a coat or hood. Don't condemn your painful past. Your good times can still last. Don't hide your hideous game. There's no progress without pain. It's not a grotesque tapestry. It's a cloth made for mastery. Please wear your quilt with admiration. May it be education to the next generation. Thank you.
Man, I'm telling you, your rhymes are just getting sharper and sharper every time I hear you, man. For real. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Eddie Foreman.
Hey. Oh
Thank
man.
you.
That advice poem was so beautiful, Eddie.
Yep.
Real, like poetastic on the move, man. For real. Like I really, really enjoy that. Like again, some people would think that the world's going to hell in a handbasket, but you're serving flowers, right? You're serving positive energy, man, and I appreciate that really. In the first poem, you said this feeling means we're alive, right? We are not the monsters we see, and I think that's an important sentiment for everyone to really understand. In the second poem, you mentioned everything has a dark side. Please recognize that. For real. The fabric is a puzzle of you. Why do we cut away mistakes? No one wants to be wrong, ever. And I think when we recognize the wrong, though, is how we realize how far we've come from said wrong. So it is important. Thank you, Eddie, for doing what you do, man, for staying so positive, for always having a rhyme, always keeping it sharp, man. Thank you so much for what you do, truly. All right, yo, let's go. The Starship is underway, folks. Let's keep it going. Coming up next, I had the pleasure of meeting this gentleman and all of his incredible energy. He really is a poet that loves what we do. That is the energy that I got from this gentleman. He loves what we do. He appreciates what we do and the artists that do it. And he's focused and dedicated on doing it for all the right reasons. And then his style is just incredible, right? I like to call him Mr. Chicken Soup because he always writes the type of poetry that seems to stick to your bones. You'll find out why. The one and only Alan Gary in the building. Come on, Alan. Let these folks know where they can find you. Great to see you, sir. Please, take it away.
Thank you, Elemental. Yes, my friends, you can follow me on my Alan Gary Facebook page. And once you connect with a follow, then anytime we can communicate. Friends, our theme, Echo Chamber Voices Within. My poem tonight is dedicated to everyone searching. Try looking inside. Therein lies a bounty of beauty, reaching for evermore. Here is Ode. Thank you for every smile and every hopeful word, reminding me of my worthiness. Thank you, knowing I am heard, my soul becomes impervious to silent runnings. I will not succumb. Thank you, every mystery solved by you. Your tenderness is my victory. Never waver steadfastness. Thank you. You found a way through. Your patience caused a deep breakthrough. Your love, sweet fragrance, my hope is renewed. Thank you. I am not alone. This is my ode to everything beautiful. With you I am home, no more unknown. Thank you. You are truly mystically inscrutable, like the furthest star, and as close as my own heart. Thank you.
I told you, does that just not give you like the warm and fuzzies? Like he just does that. Unmute yourself, give it up for Alan. Gary!
Another great one.
Yeah.
Your tenderness is my victory. What a beautiful sentiment.
You know, you should be careful with things like that. You know, they might have you, they might petition you to write love stories. I told you, you just find a way to stick to people's bones, man. It's poems like this, it's sentiments like this that I believe are the treasures of what we do and why we do it. Reminding me of my worthiness. I think that line in itself is kind of what love is based on, is that. So I thank you for taking the time to cultivate that line. My soul becomes impervious. I will not succumb. Like, I think those are just like a right and a left. You know what I mean? And they just really, really remind people like, I am here to stay. My heart is worthy and meaningful, and I'm not gonna take any crap. Like, I really love the work that you put in, sir. Please continue to do what you've been doing. Don't change a thing. Don't change your water. Don't change the places that you shop. like keep it going, man. Really, like, you're incredible, Alan. Thank you for doing what you do and continuing to share it with us, sir. Truly appreciate you. All right, so there are a few people who are on the list that haven't made it in yet. I see one that's coming in right now, and we will make sure we make space for them. What's good, Joeski? We will make sure we make space for you, good sir. But at the moment, we are going to move forward. We'll make space for you, Joeski. No need to worry. So coming up next, this gentleman is absolutely amazing. He is an editor. He is an author. He is a poet. He gets down in real time. I like to call this gentleman the Earth Spirit because he really embodies it, right? He is the author of The Impromptu of Love of Music, as well as Animals, and a new book that he is producing right now. Please make sure you let the world know what that is. The one and only Ray Whitaker is in the building. Come on, Ray. Let these folks know where they can find you. It is great to see you, sir. Please take it away.
Thank you for that nice introduction there, Elemental. And I need a hat like that. I really do. I have two for you tonight, but I'm going to read the one that I feel the most urgency. So let's just get right into it. It's called Past Presidents. We think of them as important. Even so, of what importance are the ones in the distance? Obama was a two-term elected president, standing against and standing for all at once, knowing people that have never forgiven him for being a racial minority as if he had a choice. As if dreaming, the march of time continues, years passing, dropping from sight like leaves in the fall, one after another relived in our memory for what these men did or did not do. A ripple on the pond's surface, Walden's Pond, unmoved. Or a deeper ocean waves push, having ground seashells into sand. A force moving, noticed, unmistakable. A noticeable force of corruption now. Steve Miller is paid $195,000 to ruin the Constitution. Trump is to sluice off Venezuela oil revenue, a dark strength of their pennyworth, influencing each in their own way generations to come with a handful of elephant shit. People take notice that the strength of detriment is unmeasured as yet. A lack of moral guidance, presidency for personal profit. Our founders doubtless never thought that someone was more evil than George III. Yet here we are, orange hair dancing on TV, if you can call it that, all the wrong dictatorial statements. This is Mr. President at his best when in public. And so profoundly sad in most everyone else's eyes. The Miller-Trump showing more and more racial prejudice, running around the Constitution every chance they can, masked ICE shooters killing in Minneapolis, Trump's private army. Is this what you want? Is this what America wants? Is this controversy what we must live into? Oppose, speak out, vote for American freedoms. We, the people, are not powerless. Thank you.
Oh, so you just gonna turn yourself into a whole revolutionary. I see you, sir, and I love it. I'm about that life. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Ray Whitaker.
Bravo, Ray. Bravo.
Bravo, Ray, doing what poets are supposed to do.
Yes.
Speaking the news.
Yes.
Letting folks know our voices are worthy of being spoken, even if there's folks that feel muted by masks and fear.
Tell him, man. Tell him.
Yeah. Nice job, bro. Nice job.
Thank you. I finished that 10 minutes ago.
Ah.
Shit. Let's go.
Hot off the presses.
Thank you all. Thank you.
Sir, when you do stuff like that, and you see your colleagues let you know about it, right? These are the things that not just our community, but the world needs to hear and is primed to hear and prepared to hear. But they have to hear it from someone who's responsible enough to say it in a way that it needs to be said. This is our charge as poets, as artists. And you did a magnificent job of just that, sir. Really. You said a dark strength with their penny worth. The strength of detriment is unmeasured. They're running around the Constitution every chance they get. Trump's private army. We the people are not powerless. Oh, I hope y'all heard that. We the people are not powerless. Thank you, Ray, for doing what you do. I am looking forward to your next great work. Make sure you plug that information into the chat, how people can connect with the latest book that you are producing and how they can get it themselves. Great work, Ray. Thank you for hanging out with us and continuing to share your amazing work with us. All right, coming up next, the maestro is in the building. This gentleman, like, his accolades are just ridiculous. I love this dude. He is an author, a playwright, an educator, a former fencer, author of Four Crescents, Black Calculus, Evaporating Rage. He is a pushcart nominee. He's just a warrior in the truest form. The one and only Norm Mathematics in the building. Come on, Math. Let these folks know where they can find you. It is really great to see you, as always, sir. Please, take it away when you're ready.
Okay, there we go. I'm going to jump right in and start off with this piece. Bones make the journey delicious. A pocket full of shells echo the water they were buried in. A bag of bones shaken, stirred into a bowl of broth. Feelings, emotions, angers add to the fricassee when our bodies are marinated, boiled down to an alphabet soup. reading words that drift on the steam, shimmering, simmering, wafting through the silence in the drafts between rooms. An earworm hums through empty chambers that used to be filled with dance and song. A parade turns the corner, celebrates your life, commemorates the passage of time like an anniversary that will come again. Each year remembers that stage of living, waxing like phases of the moon, a tad larger each night in a different part of the sky. A full moon's light swallows the dark of night. The light of day drinks all the heat the sun pours into your mug. Brilliant moons wane in the shadows of the sun. An eclipse reminds day to shed leftover doubt in a bowl. A life lives better when reheated a second time. Next piece. A handful of water used to be a river. Now is all the time there is. A flow of life between birth and death, putting words on the indescribable, the past and futures unseen. I am the ancestors' echo, the cry of the unborn, not blasphemous to roar. I am that I am. Peace.
Of course he would end it like that. I am that I am. You feel me? Unmute yourself. Give it back.
What you
Bravo,
are
Norm.
wonderful, that's for
Thank
sure.
you.
That was just
Lovely. It's
fantastic.
lovely, and it's great to see you up and about, bud.
Yes,
Looking good, Norm.
very much so.
Now is all the time there is. I am the ancestors' echo.
And here I'm just the walrus, damn.
First of all of you are incredible. Thank you so much for the community, for hanging out and letting Math know how much of an impact he has on all of us. But y'all like stealing my lines, man. Like they're so magnificent though. Like right, a bag of bones shaken and stirred. A full moon's light swallows the night. Right? Life tastes better when it's reheated a second time. Now it's all the time there is. Putting words on the indescribable. I am the ancestors' echo. Like, come on, man. Come on, man. Like, it is so good to see you and hear you, Math. Thank you for making sure that you make the time to hang out with us and share your incredible work. Make sure you plug your information into the chat so folks can know what's the next great piece of artistry that you're working on. Because I know it's not over. For real, I know it's not over. I know you got more. Come on, man. What? I know you do. It's coming. It's coming. Prepare yourself, folks. It's coming. All right, let's keep it going. Coming up next, this gentleman, just all kinds of incredible. Beat Poet Laureate of Colorado, Mr. Lighthouse Rider himself. I like to call him our resident blacksmith because his pen stays so sharp. He is the gentleman in our community that has introduced form in so many different ways. Like, if folks didn't know what types of poetry they wanted to write or the different forms that poetry can come in, make sure you plug in with this gentleman because he has mastered many of them. And he does them incredible, for real. The one and only Michael Sindler in the building. Come on, man. Let these folks know where they can find you. It is great to see you, sir. Please take it away.
Thanks. I definitely have written a bunch of forms. Mastering them is a whole nother thing, as Basho would be glad to slap me in the face and tell me. I'm going to put up a little thing for lighthouseriders.org, which, if you do want to sharpen up whatever you're writing, is a great place to do it wherever you are. All you people out there in YouTube land who haven't heard me say this 1,000 times already. I don't have to tell you this is new. For Renee Good, a child's blanket full of poetry swaddles sore torn heart. Dog howls sorrow into wind. Car hood still warm, but Renee is not. Okay, moving on. I'll just do this one more. Let the future be forgiveness. Let the future be forgiveness. Forgive yourself first. Pain held in over past transgressions, bad decisions, or unmet expectations. Allow yourself to let go. Rest, recover, recharge. Weak battery cannot empower dynamo of interconnected souls. Forgive all that can be forgiven. Hold mirror of humility to hurt. Gaze deep to see source from which wrong thinking originates. Do not be another plank on bridge that heavy-heeled hatred trods across. Remember, it is not only in myth that demons can be tamed or turned. Use tenderness as bait to lead beasts safely into cages. Ensnare, but do not be ensnared by sour energy. Cultivate and share sweet fruit. Let all absorb frangible essence, distilled nectar of sacred forgiveness blessed with kiss. Let forgiveness be what it is. Ask and expect no more. Let the future be forgiveness. Thank y'all. Happy New Year, everyone.
Just want to give everyone a second to let that really sink in of what he just said. Just amazing, Michael. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Michael Sindler.
Thank you, Michael.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bravo.
That was one of the most medicinal things I've heard in a while, Michael.
Yeah, I really appreciate the sincerity in there. You know, you don't always kind of dip into that register of your voice, but when you do, it's for a specific reason. Rest in peace to Renee Good, and thank you for taking the time to use your creativity and your voice and your artistry to say her name and to speak on the things that are happening right now. In that first poem, you mentioned a child's blanket full of poetry. That's just amazing. Car hood still warm, but Renee is not. Just, take that into your imagery. In your second poem, sir, I just think that was really futuristic, if you will. You said, let the future be forgiveness. Allow yourself to let go. Weak batteries cannot empower dynamos. Right? You said, don't be that heavy-heeled hatred that trods across the bridge, right? That's just these are universal truths, and I'm thankful that you write from such a perspective, and you let people know the things that we can all do to try to make the world just a little bit better by paying attention. Thank you, Michael, for doing what you do, staying dedicated to it, and always sharing it with us. You're amazing, sir. All right, coming up next, all the way from the Pacific Northwest. Yo, I know the world is all over the place, but we are about to find some balance because this gentleman just has a way of finding the right frequencies. Love when he comes through. He is the amazing, the illustrious, the one and only Joeski Sea in the building. Excuse me. Come on, Joeski. Let these folks know where they can find you. I was going to say shout out Deneen. That's what tripped me up a little bit. But it's always great to see you, Joeski. Please share with the world your genius this evening, man. Great to see you. Take it away.
Oh, thank you, Elemental. Hey, wonderful to see you, and hello, everyone. Coming through okay, huh? Okay.
Like a rock star as always, Joeski. Come on.
Really, just 2 short poems tonight. The first is a haiku, and, I've been just continue to be horrified as Trump murders people on the sea. But it seems that was just a prelude for what has begun to unfold. So this is called, well, I don't know what it's called. Blowing out candles just before he eats the cake, fires on the sea. And I wrote this last night. This is untitled. Winter weather, adverse conditions, ice in Minneapolis. Ice on ice, slippery lies, trigger finger cold, blood-stained airbag. Sociopath adjusts his mask. Motherhood takes a bullet to her head. In Minneapolis, where ice murders mothers, Renee Nicole Good is dead.
I don't know if the world will ever unhear what you just said, Joeski. Truly. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Joeski Sea.
That was beautiful, Joeski. A true tribute.
Yeah, in the most concise way.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, the harshness of the mirror really, reveals the devastating, power of the evil we are enduring at hand. And, we're hearing some of the most eloquent voices kind of turn out the better parts of ourselves here. And of course, that's one of the reasons this place was invented.
Right. Is to ensure that we can hear voices like Joeski, voices like Michael, voices like the Jedi Master, who we will hear later this evening. You are in the place to be, folks. All right. You are in the right place. This is the New Eurekan Poets Cafe online open mic. This is the place where we speak the truth. Truly. Listen, Joeski. First of all, thank you for bringing that new shit. You said ice on ice, the slippery slope. Love that. Motherhood takes a bullet to her head. Where ice murders mothers. Listen, man. That's how government agencies get dismantled, by saying things like that. All right? Just saying. You're amazing, Joeski. The haiku, amazing. Fires on the Sea, just really dope. Thank you for doing what you do, sir. Thank you for staying dedicated to it. Whether you're using your voice as an instrument or you have your instrument, you're always amazing. Thank you for sharing it with us. All right. We have 2 more artists and we'll go to halftime. All right. Coming up next, I believe we have a new voice in the building. Jazz, welcome. Welcome. Welcome and welcome again. Is this your first time rocking with us?
Yes.
Let's go. Welcome to the greatest community in the world. Without giving us your exact address, tell us where in the world you are plugging in from this evening.
I'm from Brooklyn.
Brooklyn, stand up in the building. Like, yo, that's just how we do. Where you been? You know how long we been here? We been here. Like, where you been? Nigga in Europe. You know where we been. Yo, it is great to see you. You see how this has been going this evening. Let the world know where they can find you and how they can connect with all the incredible things that you do. We will yell at you after the fact. But for now, the time is yours. Welcome to the greatest community in the world. Please take it away and welcome.
Thank you for holding this space for us, and everyone's been amazing so far. I'm so taken aback, so hopefully I can match that energy. Okay, so here it goes. One voice tells me I can do this. The other says you're crazy. How are you going to raise a kid alone in a small studio apartment where you don't even fit yourself? My thoughts turn into, should I even bring a kid into this world with all the cruelty, with everything going on in these unprecedented times? What kind of person does that? Is that selfish? Am I selfish? Because it feels selfish to want something this big, this permanent. But this is what I really want in chapter 38 of my life. Then I start questioning, and the voices tell me it's for my own selfish reasons. It's for honest ones, maybe both. I then start to overthink everything that comes with having a kid. It will be me and this kid against the world. No dad, no siblings, no cousins. And then another voice cuts through, and then my thoughts go darker, and now the voices won't slow down. Do it. Don't do it. Do it. Don't do it. Do it. But despite the voices, despite the uncertainty, I've made my decision. Thank you.
Come on! Shout out to moms in the building. That's what I'm talking about. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Jazz.
Oh, that was so powerful.
Ooh, very good.
Excellent, Jazz.
That was very
What a-
powerful.
Yeah.
Very
what a-
wonderful.
What
Thank
an
you, thank you.
ending.
Wonderful.
Good job.
You left us hanging.
Yeah, I really like this kind of introspection out loud you did, you know. It's like using your voice on so many different levels, and the kind of vulnerability and the courage of the self-disclosure. And I'm glad you came to the conclusion you did.
Yeah, and I would add on to that the voice that came out of you and the vulnerability that you came with. You're talking about sharing the echoes of your discussion, your monologue. And who does that? Poets.
Poets. Tell her, man. Tell her. Yo. So, thank you to all of the community for letting her know that she was heard and felt, that her words have strength and merit and weight. Couple of, things that we do around here. We're going to pop the cherry, baby. Pop the cherry, baby. You are definitely one of us, right? Because you came through and you exposed a piece of your soul. And this is what poets do. This is what poetry is about. But let me be the first to remind you that you just kind of fucked up, though. Because now we need to hear you every Thursday. This is the space where you get down. This is the space where you can share those things and people are listening to you. People have been through those things. People are surviving those struggles. You feel me? This is where it's at. So welcome to the greatest community in the world. Make sure you plug your information into the chat so the community can welcome you, with open arms and remind you that Wednesdays are the day to sign up. Welcome to the greatest community in the world. Thank you for being here. All right, one more. We're going to go to halftime. Coming up next, peace to the gods for the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding that they share with us. Love and light to the priestess. But the God is in the building. This man is one of my spiritual advisors. He is amazing from every spectrum of the prism. He is an experience every time you hear him. He is a contributor to Sunday's Open House Anthology, produced by one of the last poets. Shout out Abi Odun. He came to do lots of things, but I guarantee you, he did not come here to tap dance. This gentleman is a movement all on his own. The one and only Baba Ngoma is in the building. Come on, Baba, let these folks know where they can find you. It's always great to see you, God. Please, take it away.
Yeah, it's good to be seen, y'all. So I'm working on trying to put out a new joint. It's called I didn't ask to come here. I was kidnapped. That's the working title. But this is just a poem. I was like going over old poems and whatnot, and this is called Convo with a Gecko. There's a new world coming. Everything's gonna be turning over. Everything's gonna be turning over. Where you gonna be standing? Where you gonna be standing? Where you gonna be standing when it comes? Convo with a Gecko. It's Earth Day. You wouldn't know it from watching CNN. I guess they don't think that saving the Earth is newsworthy. Just a naked gunman shooting 4 folk at a Waffle House with an AR-15. There's a forest fire in Oklahoma, but the global warming deniers don't see the connection to hurricanes in Puerto Rico or snowstorms in April. I guess droughts and California burning don't count either, since talking heads only discuss whether or not Trump will skin Finn's lawyer, who needs a lawyer, will flip or not. After all, he did say he'd take a bullet, maybe not a guided missile. Seems like we should be able to see through the whole thing, since the ocean is being filled with plastic. There's a slippery slope of oil leaks and radiation from Japan, but 45 shows no remorse of the attempt to save lives as he reneges on the Paris Climate Agreement. After all, his base thinks we must overturn everything Obama did. Soon we'll see how starving coal miners feel. Besides that, there is no life without water. And it's not just in Flint, Michigan that there's a problem. The ice caps are rapidly melting. The future of Florida could be under sea level. Emission levels are rising while we pay no attention to carbon footprints. What do I know? I may be just a gecko, but I keep my ear to the ground. Are you listening yet? There's a new world coming. Everything's gonna be turning over. Everything's gonna be turning over. Where you gonna be standing? Where you gonna be standing? Where you gonna be standing when it comes? Peace, y'all.
I don't appreciate that, but I love it. I don't appreciate that, no, but I love it. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Baba Ngoma.
Yes, Baba.
Ow! Oh!
Yeah, thanks, Bob. I really like that kind of classic theme. Nobody does it as good as you about, how you're going to account for yourself when it comes time to pay your dues, right?
Yeah.
Come time to pay them dues. Listen, First of all, thank you for letting the world know that there is new work on the way. We need to hear your voice, especially from your perspective. I heard a number that came out of this cat's mouth, and I don't believe that either, because he just does some amazing things. This poem is another one of those reminders, Baba, that as much as things may seem to change, they stay the fucking same. I love this poem. Where you gonna be standing when it comes? Right? Saving the world ain't newsworthy. The future of Florida could be under sea level. I mean, but who am I? I'm just a gecko with his ear to the street. I appreciate that so very much, the sentiment of it all and the truth that is hiding plainly in between the lines of this poem. Amazing work. Please let me know when the finished product is done. I want to be one of the first to get it. For real. Amazing, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much. As I mentioned, peace to the priestess. Listen, we have reached halftime, folks. We are doing great on time this evening. Definitely wanted to shout out a couple of folks. Shout out Mason Bailey. Shout out Michelle L, who came in the building. Shout out Sonia is here. Kyla's here. Our resident descendant of the Starship Enterprise in the building. Eric Acevedo is here as well. Shout out some of the folks who were on the list early. Maybe they'll come through, hopefully. Roz Diaz, Bill Elkins. I mentioned the priestess. Shout out Shanice and Ben Nurse was in here. Eddie was in here. Yaseline was in here. Listen, appreciate all of y'all. All right. We are going to go to halftime. We'll be back in about 5 minutes. Listen, this is when you get a chance to just kind of move around, stretch your legs. Trust me, we will be back with a heavyweight second half of the evening. Please prepare yourself. It has been amazing so far. Thank you for hanging out with us. We'll be back shortly. All right. Good evening. And thank you for tuning in to the online open mic with the greatest community in the world. Week after week, you keep this flame of artistry burning with a light that transcends time, distance, and borders. Now, welcome to the Halftime Report. I am your correspondent. My name is Elemen2al, bringing you the latest news and upcoming events proudly presented by the legendary New Eureka Poets Cafe. Stay tuned, stay inspired, and as always, keep creating. The New Eureka Bowery Slam, happening every Monday at the Bowery Poetry Club in New York City, hosted by Luna Rosa and Jay Rose. Winner receives a $20 cash prize and a chance to compete in the final Friday Slam, occurring on the last Friday of the month at the Puerto Rican Traveling Theater, hosted by Matthew Marckincia and Paul Queso. Winner receives a $100 cash prize plus a nomination to compete in the annual Grand Slam. This is amazing. Plus, there's a Twilight Hour open mic hosted by Cap. Come through the score. For more details on the Slam season, including rules, winners, and current year scoreboard, go to neweurekan.org/slam. Our open mics at the Lower East Side Center are back and better than ever. The venue records high-quality audio and video of all performances, and they are live streamed to the Lower East Siders and New Eurekan YouTube channel. The first Wednesday of the month, we have Women's Orator Wednesday, aka WOW, hosted by somebody's mama. Make sure you come through. It's gonna be amazing. The remaining Wednesdays of the month, we have the New Eurekan Open Mic, hosted by Brian Acosta Aria, aka Brian the Motel Guy. Make sure you plug in. It is going to be something special. Our online programs, which are absolutely free, include the online open mic hosted by yours truly, weekly on Thursdays via Zoom and live stream on YouTube. All styles are welcome. Every artist has 4 minutes to rock with new themes every week. The Slam Workshop happening on the second Tuesday of every month via Zoom, hosted by the National Youth Poet Laureate Stephanie Pacheco. When you sharpen your craft, you sharpen your performance. Make sure you plug in. There are many other in-person and online events coming up. For info and tickets of all the programming, you can go to newyeurican.org/calendar. Our social media and website and other links, including how to sign up for the mailing list, you go to our Linktree/New Eureka Poets Cafe. Visit our YouTube channel to catch past live streams of online and Lower East Side Center open mics, beatniks, and special events at Battery Park City, Poetry House, and NJ Pack. The New Eureka Poets Cafe is a non-profit 501c3 organization based in New York City on the Lower East Side. Ticket sales and grants don't cover all of our programs and operations expenses. So here are ways that you can help support us in our mission to continue with moving poetry forward. Our merchandise, shirts, hats, and tote bags available for purchase at our New Yo table and in-person events, or go to newyeurican.org/merch. Spring and summer collection coming soon. Also, check out and subscribe to our Patreon site. Gain access to video recordings of in-person events not available online for the public. Go to patreon.com/New Eurekan Poets Cafe. Special thanks to our tech team, our programs and operations team, all of our hosts, our executive director, and all our sponsors for helping us to continue to move our artwork forward. We appreciate you for all your continued support, helping us to keep the spirit of artistry and inspiration of poetry alive and moving forward through the spirit of our founder. Brought to you by Elemen2al Vision Works, inspiring change through passionate poetry and creative production.
Your energy and passion truly make this community something special. Thank you for all your artistry and your genius. Truly can't thank you enough.
We appreciate you. Now, back to the show. Peace. Oh yeah, back in effect. We have some amazing artists who are on deck. Thank you to everyone who has rocked with us this evening and who has stayed with us. And you're in for a treat. Trust and believe. The second half is going to be some amazing folks coming up with the first one. I see Jersey in the building, Philly's in the building. Yo, it's about to get interesting, y'all, for real. So, coming up first in the second half, this gentleman, all the way across the pond where it's wicked late. I mean, wicked late. He just has a thing. Like, he has such a connection with love. I always say he has this thing with love like Billy Paul had with Mrs. Jones. They just got a thing going on, for real. The most eloquent writer that I know. He is absolutely amazing. The one and only Lantern Carrier is in the building. Come on, Lantern. Let these folks know where they can find you. It is great to see you as always, brother. Please. Take it away.
Thank you, my friend. Another virgin dawn awakes, yet in this chimera of life, old and current challenges still prevail. I have left the ghouls behind me, move forward inspired for promising and visionary tomorrows. I march onwards resolutely into the light of daybreak and luminary dreams. The cobwebs, food, commercial banditry, flares and firecrackers and no more. I have let go of the loneliness of yesteryear. Daybreak summons the sweet lamp of my heart, while the songbirds chant verses for another annual start. My thoughts shift from worrisome nights to the heart of light, even as the breeze of love embraces me. I push my old pages aside as resolutions surface within the memories of deja vus and failed experiments. My heart seeks to partake in love, to break out of the struggles that create suffering. Yes, it has been a challenging year. The echo chamber of my intuition whispers the demise of a large ship, one where the mariner is confused and the waters choppy, while enchanting sirens call alluringly. I feel the serenity of silence, still distant, on the ocean's bed. Polyphemus, the one-eyed cyclope giant with an overreaching pride, is falling, and the thunderbolt of Brontes is becoming ineffective. The hegemony of invincibility now wanes as the Lilliputians with highly effective strategies come together smelling blood. It is a theater where humans engage in conflicts, seizing lands and a commander-in-chief using the act of piracy, subterfuge, digital and cyber networks that would make Sun Tzu blush with his art of war. They seek a hegemony that would leave other players helpless and the elite even richer, feeding upon the resources of foreign soils. I visualize the hyacinths and camellias, the jasmines. They know not but how to serve with their quintessential aromas, offering charm, radiance, and the breeze of solace to we who seek the sunny days of spring, find ourselves trapped in deeper shadows. Resurgence pushes me to the shore of new beginnings. My heart prays to the resonance of sanctuary, entreating the soul to quell my hunger, singing arias to the munificence of Gaia. She whips with me like a willow, whispering praises to the sun and moon, to fertility and the echo chambers within, encouraging me to walk away from the path that leads to darkness, march towards the emergence of the light. I clap my hands in holiness as the sweet release of forgiveness burns my remorse and hate, the insecurities I so cherished at the start of my unspoken scroll, the one that reads itself to me like a common dictator. Now it is my turn. I go forward with grace and an enduring love to the heart of January 26, as silence sings to me of red roses, white marigolds, and the purity of lilies that toil not, yet live peacefully in sweet surrender, awaiting their spring arrival. The Lantern Carrier. Thank you.
When he starts talking about flowers, it's just magnificent. It just tickles me, man, for real. Unmute yourself, give it up for Lantern Carrier.
Bravo, Lantern.
Hey,
Bravo.
Lantern. Very good.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah, I don't know when I get more overloaded, when you're talking about flowers or when you're talking about food. But they both end up being these sensory overloads, and and it always leaves so much taste and sensation in me. And you started out with this poem very blatantly tipping away that this is about this is about contemplation, and I see in so much of your work, one of these overriding lessons you give us is that ultimately we are our own best guides. But in order to be your own best guide, you have to be listening with every part of your soul to all that's around you.
Listening? Who listens? What? Who listens? Who listens? I think everyone in here and everyone who's watching online could possibly do some research on their own and find out the attention span of people in the 21st century, and it is pretty short. It's pretty short. So for you to do what you do, Lantern, and make sure that I don't want to give it a time frame, but within your artwork, you make sure that people are staying connected to what you do, right? Shout out my man CP Mays, and I always tell him he never lets his audience off the hook. And this is what I see in your artwork, Lantern, is you don't let your audience off the hook. You don't let them get a chance to like step off of this train. You make sure they stay connected with what you're doing the entire time, right? You say daybreak and luminary dreams. Let go of the loneliness of yesteryear. The echo chamber of my intuition. The hegemony of immortality. That would make Sun Tzu blush with his art of war. Like, what? Did you just... You're going to make Sun Tzu blush with the art of war? Really? I'm here for that, sir. It's those things that I'm here for, right? That's yeah. Find yourself trapped in deeper shadows, singing arias to the magnificence of Gaia. And this is what I mean about how you use language and the eloquence in you know, the way that you use it. It's just amazing, sir. March toward the emergence of light. And now it is my turn. Thank you. Really, Lantern. Like, so I know real quick, we're getting to one of my favorite poets in the world. Listen, Lantern, we need a global release, sir. Whatever that you're gonna do, and you put it in a manuscript, the world needs to hear from the Lantern Carrier. Put it together. Put a collection together, and please make sure that everyone in the world gets a copy, because I'm telling you, you have the type of artistry that the world can appreciate and understand. So, don't worry, folks. I'm gonna stay on them. I'm gonna stay on them. Thank you, Lantern, for doing what you do. All right, let's keep it going. From across the pond to Jersey. This cat right here, man, I truly dig what he does, because, and I've said this to many artists, I love when artists have their flow locked in. And this artist has his flow locked in. He comes willing, ready, prepared. And I'm sure tonight's going to be no different. You got some new shit for us, Brian? Or what?
Kind of, yeah.
Somewhat, okay. But I guarantee you it's going to be dope as hell, because this cat is really dedicated to what he does. The one and only Brian Enciso in the building. Come on, man. Let these folks know where they can find you. It is great to see you, and I'm always excited to hear the new shit that you got for us, man. Come on. Take it away.
Thanks, Elemental. Yeah, this is a poem I wrote. I probably read a while ago, but I've since added more since, and I've had a more sharp direction that I wanted to take with it. So, hold on. Revolutionary ain't hereditary to many, complacent with computers speaking for them like Grammarly, but I ain't talking about spilling the blood on them like Carrie, but a bit more like rehoming them in the penitentiary. Always been told to keep quiet and never fight. Now imagine for a minute if I actually took that advice. For that to be possible, I'd have to be blind, in denial. Don't forget to hold me up to this line. If I'm wild, then what's the point of saying it? If you be playing by it, then playing it off like you won't ever be fine for it. It's only the sweet light if you stick to a code, see? Break your word at the risk of souring your own legacy. Man, why don't you rap the fun shit? Cause it's oversaturated. Fuck overpaid. I'm aiming for underrated. I'm rapping about the shit that no one wants to hear. Cause if the problem ain't solved yet, then I'ma stay right here. Been there too much. Sorry. Been there too much, I care too much, that's why I get hurt a lot. Got my walls up, even the socials had to be cut. Every story hitting my soul like a gut punch uppercut. Meanwhile, you got inflation adding more salt to the cut. It's all volatile now, been that way for a while. Tattling on your own neighbors, the community is soured. No one's asking how somebody so foul rose to power. And I'm just sitting here like no better time than now. Get loud, break shit at your own risk, but know that you're at least sticking it to them. Then ask, you rather live free or die? And they don't let us decide. And if it feels like we got no choice, you be in the right. Then don't blame us if we feel like taking some power back. Just for y'all to overreact when you claim y'all are being attacked. Bitch, please do us a favor. Just go to Mars. You and your government-sanctioned terrorists. You know who you are. Never thought you'd see the day they shoot a white lady and play it off like she was the threat to Lady Liberty. And people quick to label her as the enemy. Meanwhile, these fucks are wearing masks so you cannot ID. Been raised to raise hells, yet the rebel prevails. Nurturing my nature taught me why the system still fails and why recovery may require more than protest. Not gonna advocate, but I'm just saying they ain't gonna listen.
I told y'all this cat's flow is locked in, right? Unmute yourself. Give it up for Brian. Enciso.
Right on, Brian. Thank you. Calling out the bullshit.
That was good, Brian. I think we should have been back to back tonight, you know?
Yeah, I'm mad because I didn't get to practice it before I got here. So, yeah.
That's a mark of a really, totally grounded in sort of the facts type of poem when you can take it and sort of, upgrade it or update it. It's kind of like a tool that never becomes unuseful in that way. So it's really good to have those kinds of poems in your repertoire.
No, it really is, right? Because the people who are struggling on the opposite side of what we're experiencing and what we're hearing and what we're seeing, they don't have people who are saying the things that you're saying, sir. And that's the issue. That's why we're here, right? The penitentiary, come on, man. Playing it off like like you won't ever be fine. I'm rapping about the shit no one wants to hear. Like that's what it's really about right there. Right? It's all volatile. Come on, man. Like we don't already know that, right? Don't blame us if we feel like taking some power back. I know y'all heard that, huh? This is why you hear about revolution. This is why you hear about burning shit down. Right? Because people want to take their power back. And this is what I love about poets. This is what I love about artists. Is because we can say these things. Right? Thank you. Thank you, Brian, for doing what you do, man. For real. Like that's just revolutionary shit. And that's what people need to hear for this generation, the next generation, and the next, and the next, and the next. Thank you for being fearless enough to say those things. For real. All right. Let's keep it going. Listen, the rest of this lineup, there may be some folks who are not here right now. But please prepare yourself. Like, if anyone has ever been in a roller coaster, please make sure this is the time that you should secure your seatbelt. Make sure it's fashioned 5-point harness, because these next artists are going to possibly give you whiplash if you're not secured safely. Coming up next, one of my favorite artists in the world. She is a contributor to 13 Poets for a Pigeon Kiss. We will talk about the publisher very soon. She is also going to be publishing her own work very soon. I'm looking forward to that. She is a voice that the world needs to hear. She is a poet that is incredibly creative. And again, one of my favorites in the world. The one and only Dr. Z Paige in the building. Come on, let these folks know where they can find you. It is great to see you. I hate that I missed you when I was in the city.
I know, that was terrible. What bad luck.
Gosh, I hate that I missed you.
I know,
But
that was terrible.
I will definitely make sure that it happens the next time I'm in the city. It is great to see you, Dr. Z Page. Please take it away.
Definitely would travel in a snowstorm to see you. The monsters under my exam table. As a physician myself, I know what lives under the examining table, separating disease from health and humans from monsters. Every morning, doctors gather in a library without windows to discuss our patients as a learning process known as report. The lacking light darkens the hardened mahogany bookshelves in this crypt of decrepit books. In this room, we project patient health records onto a gawking wall like a freak show of education. The more difference in disease, the more the interest. Cries of wow and fascinating punctuate the conference like heartbeats on a stethoscope. I remember the reaction to patients with psychosomatic conditions. There's laughter as the residents mimic the symptoms and derision as if the patient's well-being was an inconvenience. As a physician myself, I know who sleeps on the hospital beds, separating disease from health and humans from monsters. Every morning, doctors gather in dusty, artless hallways, stuffy with opinions. It is here we ask the most inexperienced trainee to describe our next patient in a process called rounding. We enter a patient room knowing its contents as a name and a medical record number, the disorder, treatment, gender, and often the skin color. I remember the reaction to a Black transgender woman, AIDS evaporating her essence, who was either too polite in personality or too tired by pathology to express her discontent. My supervisor's examination was, looks good from door, like creating space and time for a dying patient could transmit HIV. Whether or not she heard the word, she felt the impact of one of our team members using the pronoun it to refer to her after we left. I cried in her hospital room that afternoon. As a patient myself, I know who enters our psychiatric facilities, separating disease from health and human from monsters. Every morning, I watch my colleagues gloat behind glass walls as they punish outrage with psychotropic medicine until anger is more expensive than docility. The real gallows humor is that we charge the involuntary to pay for their own confinement. I remember being admitted without a change of clothes, which I guess an ambulance doesn't find an emergency. But hospital scrubs in a psychiatric ward inform everyone I cannot afford a friend or family to accompany. I still wear the outfit a wealthy blonde woman gave me as she was discharged. I don't know why she chose me to avoid standard issue attire, but she helped me survive that admission while psychiatrists tinkered with a few milligrams of kindness. Once a colleague admitted when I told her what this patient did, we see her here all the time, and we all think she is a problem. In this moment, I realize the medical system has anointed a patient the cause of her disease course and dispensed medical failure as a patient's own issue. Problem or not, this woman provided company in a construct that says I'm more diseased than healthy and less deserving of human rights. Every morning since my discharge, I strive to dissipate the divide between disease and health, problems and people, as well as patient and provider, because just as I do, our patients will always remember. Poem.
Y'all just, take a second to collect your breath. coming from a doctor, like legit doctor, not just someone who calls himself a doctor, but a legit doctor. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Dr. Z. Paige.
Beautiful. Thank you, doctor. Beautiful.
Wow.
I just yeah, the kind of, behind the curtain view you give people of the whole industrial complex of it all. And in the poem, there's a lot of poignancy when you're kind of, you're catching yourself be complicit in some of this. So it's the poem has some ambivalencies in it, but you really round that out in the end. Did you ever see this movie just called The Hospital? It has George C. Scott in it. There's a beautiful line in it where he says, this hospital is a wounded madhouse that's been forgotten to death. And your final line in this poem just made me remember that.
Wow. I think as your colleague Lantern Carrier said, Dr. Z Page, he quoted your first line, one of your first lines, as a physician myself, right? And I think just that right there kind of sets the tone for the rest of the poem. As a physician myself. Again, this is not a self-appointed. Dr. Z Page is an actual doctor. In this crypt of decrepit books, laughter as residents mimic the conditions. That's just disturbing. Stuffy with opinion. You said rounding, a situation called rounding, right? And then they go into those rooms and they are just a name and a medical record number. They just a few milligrams of kindness, more disease than healthy. Like, I can't imagine what a doctor goes through in these spaces and what they have to go into and step into when people are facing these things. But for the fact that you can go in there and deal with these people, your colleagues as the doctors, and then go and deal with the people, the patients, and then still have to deal with yourself, Dr. Z Page. That's a lot. And then still translate that into your poetry. Thank you for doing those things. No, it's not a lot, but please take care of yourself because it's a lot. All right, for real, it's a lot. Good to see you as always. Your work is incredible. Please keep writing. You're fucking phenomenal. All right, let's keep it going. Coming up next, I like to call this gentleman the Vincent Price of poetry. He's one of the hardest working men in poetry that I know. I mentioned this book earlier, this collection of artists, right? 13 Poets for a Pigeon Kiss. This is the gentleman. He is the mastermind behind it. He is also the author of Scopiti and many more. Like for real, he's already sent me a list of the things that are coming in 2026. Do not sleep on this gentleman. He is incredible. The one and only Ike Waltz in the building. Come on, Ike, let these folks know where they can find you. It is great to see you, sir.
This is not only a poem, but an outcry based on harsh reality. An excerpt from January 6, 2021. This is who we are. This is what we became. Truths and consequences of the fake awaken in shock and bitter reality. Once impossible. It will never happen here, we said. Now a nightmare instead. Are we surprised? And if we are, do we admit how self-centered and stupid we are. Some call it mental health, the poor state of education. Say what you want. Our form of democracy had collapsed. Our country now repairing shame. Moral bankruptcy offers no gain. And we, where are we? Tell me that you felt something. Admit that you felt at least disturbed. A paralyzed nation not ready to debate. Reality, conspiracy, and fake news and lies boil over in the aftermath. Yes, our federal democratic republic continues to support the legalized corrupt. Protecting corruption is at stake. How could we for so long look away? And we still do, and we still lie and lie. This is not who we wanted to be. So easy to say. But this is who we became. Our Constitution versus corruption, racism, and injustice alive as per today. Insurrection at play. A graveyard full of indispensable men, past reason, so much to blame. The founding fathers enshrined their frozen foundation on shaky ground. Loopholes exploited by constitutional law, the lucrative milking of the holy cow. And we the people, looking at the Constitution that forgot to act. Amendments strategically paralyzed. No protection against gun violence. Killers exercising their rights, watching the daily news, watching the second, shooting the first in the foot. Insurrection at play, the populace confused, unity divided. What a spectacle. The ratings are high. The world is amused. Why are we surprised? Why are we even shocked? It was so long in the making, the asset of white men's supremacist gods, defended by selfish politicians, defending a system of convenience exploited by incestuous legalization, corruption, serving a few. Yes, we became numb. We let us turn into the mob by one single blowhard. Brainwashed into the fake, relishing in conspiracy, and if in fear and in defense, it's the gun we take. We the people, we the divided people, we cannot trust our constitution, we cannot trust the SCOTUS, where winning the case is more important than justice is done. The land of the brave, demanding supremacy, a rogue militia with loaded guns, and if the gun is our soul, that cruel American gun, the only thing that protects us, we say, that makes us that irresistible American brave men's men, the land of the free, captivating by stock market reality. Like images in corny cartoons, we became so impressed by these reality show, heroic Looney Tunes. A whole world we bother not to see, that evangelical superiority complex without foundation. Signs we pretend not to hear. We forgot how to question history and love our neighbors. We really don't care, and now we deserve. What is happening? Insurrection at play. I stop here.
Yo, I told y'all, this dude, like, unmute yourself, give it up for Ike. Whoa!
Bravo, Ike. Bravo. Thank you. Thank you.
It's kind of one of your Kafka meets Stanley Kubrick poems, you know? It's like the whole absurdity of the complicated, sort of modern circumstance and how it sort of distorts reality at every single bend in the road. And you have, I know you as a lot of your poems are like this. You're just this masterful chronicler of this country's self-destruction.
incredible articulation of how Ike puts his work together, Jedi Master. It's just the way that you choose to approach writing your poems, Ike, that I don't know, like it just makes it so, I don't want to say palatable, but it just makes it so comfortable, because you're not the rabble rouser that I am, right? Right? But you are a revolutionary in every single right of what you do. No one wants to hear Ike say these things, right? A graveyard full of indispensable men, right? Amendments pathetically paralyzed, unity divided, right? The ratings are high though, right? Like I thought that was so prolific when you said that. The ratings are high, right? People are watching, people are listening, people are tuning in. What are they tuning into, right? We cannot trust the Constitution. The corny cartoons, like I'm all about that. Thank you, Ike. Really, I think the more the world hears artists do what you do, and your colleagues of what we've been doing this evening, the more that the world hears that, the more that they may understand what's really going on, right? And not listening to the political pundits that have no idea what's going on. We keep our finger on the pulse, as always. Thank you, Ike. All right, coming up next, believe we have a new voice in the building. So, first of all, is this your first time rocking with us?
It's my first time rocking anywhere.
Anywhere? What?
Well, actually, I did this poem once for work, and but yeah, it's my first time like with people I don't know.
Oh, listen. Welcome. You are in the right place, right? This is a place where poetry is born, where inspiration is free to grow. Without giving us your exact address, please tell us where in the world you're plugging in from this evening.
So I'm plugging in from Smyrna, Delaware, but I'm born and raised in Brooklyn, New York.
Brooklyn in the building, stand up. No, they do. Delaware in the building. Listen, thank you for taking the time to rock with us. This is not an easy thing. And everyone in here understands where you've been and where you're going. This is one of the most difficult things in the world, public speaking. Right? Welcome.
If you would have told my 20-year-old self that I'd be doing this in front of anybody, I'd be like, you're crazy. Yeah.
Of course. Welcome to the crazy corner, though.
Yeah.
Welcome to the weirdo corner, right? all of us felt like that at one point in time, But listen, you have seen how this evening has been going. You have seen that, your colleagues are now, sharing their information with each other. Welcome to the greatest community in the world. Please let the world know where they can find you. Listen, we'll yell at you after the fact. Please take it away. Welcome.
Thank you. So, this poem is the genesis of a body of work that I'm working on. So I'm working on a trilogy of poetry. And once you hear the poem, you'll understand why. But it all started from my husband calling me Boricua pasado por agua, which is watered down Puerto Rican, because I was born in Brooklyn. And he's a island Puerto Rican, right? So that's how this poem was born. So the trilogy is Soy Latina, Geography Doesn't Define Me, and the first volume is Roots. And so you can find me on Instagram on I am Ruth Miranda _, and you'll start seeing, if you follow me, you'll see, when it launches and things like that. So here we go. This poem is called Soy Latina, A Journey of Blood, Rhythm, and Resilience. I was born of three rivers, each carving its way from the shores of Spain where the sun kissed the bay, from the heart of Africa where the ancient drums beat, echoed through jungles and called to my feet. With the Taínos' whispers dance in my veins, their songs of the earth, mountains, and rains. 3 worlds converge in the heart of the sea, on the island of Puerto Rico where the 3 became me. But the journey didn't end with the warmth of the sun. It crossed over oceans where the new world begun. And on the streets of Brooklyn where the cultures collide, where the old world's traditions and new dreams reside. I walk in a land where the concrete hums, with the rhythms of Africa played out on drums, with the flair of flamenco in each step that I take, and the Taino spirit in every move that I make. From abuela's whispers, stories untold, to the streets of Brooklyn where futures unfold. I grew up in the projects with the towers in sight, where the world told me I would never take flight. They said I'd be nothing, just another face lost in the struggle, caught in the race. But I walked through those halls with a fire in my core, knowing deep down I was destined for more. I am the voice of my ancestors, loud and clear, the echoes of dreams that refuse to disappear. In a land where my presence is a statement of sand, I carry the pride of the people in my hand. From Africa's shores to the islands of grace, to Brooklyn streets where I found my place. From the barrios to the boardrooms, I break every mold, with a spirit that's fierce and a heart made of gold. I blend the old world with the promise of new, a tapestry woven in red, white, and blue. I've been told to be quiet, to shrink, to be small, but I rise with the sun, refusing to fall. Here, I'm not just one thing, I'm the sum of it all, the daughter of history, both great and small. I'm a Latina with a story so fast, a bridge between futures, a link to the past. I speak Spanglish with pride, mix the old with the new, in this melting pot. I'm the spice, that is true. I'm the arroz con pollo, the mofongo's delight, the sound of flamenco late in the night. With the fire of Spain and the resolve of the West, I carry the spirit of those who couldn't rest. I stand on the shoulders of those who came first, who crossed over borders, who quenched their thirst. We are the poets, the healers, the voice of the youth, the keepers of history, the seekers of truth. And in America's story, we're more than a line, with a heartbeat, the soul, the spirit to shine. So when you see me, know this to be true. I am all that came before me, yet something brand new. We're writing a saga each day, every hour. Latinas in America, blooming in power.
Yo, that line is so dope. I am all that came before me. Like, oh my gosh. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Ruth Miranda.
Let's go!
Yeah, Ruth, that was
Bravo,
on.
Ruth.
That was
Bravo.
right on, man.
Swinging.
Yeah.
Boricua in Brooklyn.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah, I like, one of the big points you make, you do all this really beautiful establishing work of these kind of 3 strands that are woven together to make this identity of, Puerto Rican. But you make this point near the end, I think, is really wonderful, at that, you and people who are Puerto Rican are not yet done evolving. This is a process that doesn't end, that, you are continually becoming Puerto Rican. And I think that's a really wonderful message. I like these kinds of poems too, because,
You talking about the ice cream?
soy un blanco.
Oh, okay.
And I think it's one thing to do this kind of poetry for your own audience, but I think it's really important for you all to keep doing these poems and get it in the ears of us white people, because the truth is, from my experience, most white people do not make the connection between Puerto Rico and Africa and Spain, and furthermore from Muslim Spain, Muslim Africa also. I mean, the founder of the cafe's last name was Al Garin, so there are all these strands woven in there. And I just wanted to remark on this for your poem. I really like that point you made about, we're a people still evolving. I thought that was a really wonderful sort of revelation to impart.
Thank you.
When you start talking about people of color, I had someone tell me once, the only difference between Africans in America and Puerto Ricans is which port the boat stopped. Right? First of all, I have to yell at you, like for real. I gotta yell at you. We're gonna pop the cherry, baby. Pop the cherry, baby. First of all, thank you for allowing yourself to be the conduit to spit such a message. It's not easy, right? When you speak for a people, it's not easy. But you approached it in such a fearless way, right? You said, I was born of three rivers, the Taino whispers, right? I walk in a land where the concrete hums. Talk that Brooklyn shit. You know what I mean? Where the concrete hums. You know what I mean? Where the world told me I'd never take flight. Like, that's just like please work on that and like cultivate that into the title of your first book. Really. Because I think that's very, very heavy. It's a very serious sentiment for people who are invested in creativity. Really is, you know. The voice of my ancestors, loud and clear, right? From the barrios to the boardrooms, I break the molds. You know, the only thing that was missing in that was bitch. You know what I mean? Like, I speak this. The daughter of history, both great and small. The arroz con pollo y mofongo. If you don't know about those, learn about them. The voice of history, the keepers of truth. This is our charge as creative. This is our charge as poets. We are those things. And so thank you. I know it's not easy. I know it's not even easy to accept that when the universe tells you, "Oh no, you're a poet." It's like, no, I'm not. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for maintaining all your Brooklyn spirit and tugging that shit for real. All right, let's keep it going. We have 5 artists left this evening. Unless some other folks come in. Coming up next, Loveliness artist comes through because she speaks in a voice and in a language that so many people need to hear. And I wish that so many people could hear even at a younger age to ensure that they know that one day your voice is going to be loud and big and beautiful. This is just what she does. The one and only Sam Harty in the building. Come on, Sam. Let these folks know where they can find you. It is always great to see you. Please, take it away.
Hey, everyone. I guess I should make it where you can see me. Let's see. There I am. Okay. I got an opportunity recently to write a small, tiny chapbook. It was a contest, and I can't usually join those contests because the money is restrictive, the entry fees. But they gave me a scholarship, so I didn't have to pay the entry fee. So I spent a few days creating a chapbook. It's just 8 poems, 13 pages, and it's called The Sound of Leaving. These are a few poems that are going to be in the chapbook. So first one is called No Goodbyes. I saw you walking away, leaving without a sound. Silence, the prelude for the action taken, for the act in and of itself. No goodbyes, no explanations, closed doors, and done. And the next one is called The Sound Leaving Makes. Laughter fading, doors shutting, the turn of a heel as they walk away. The door shuts in one direction only. You know instinctively when it's done. What's left? Silence, space, certainty, residue. A dim green dot on Instagram, an empty echo of what once was. No explanation, No clarifying, just done. And this is one of my favorite ones. It's called Aquajulik. In Turkish, it means fluency. Aquajulik. Loving her, my heart learned a language that it hasn't forgotten yet. It lives in the body, in pauses, in the way silence still expects an answer. I speak it alone now, fluently, to rooms that no longer reply. You decided I wasn't worth the sound of your voice on the way out. No goodbyes to translate, no final sentence to remember. Just the language I carry, still intact, and the silence that refused to learn mine. Thank you.
That's just wrong. That's just beautifully wrong in every spectrum, for real. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Sam Harty.
Thank you, Sam. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm telling you, you have you already have at least a book worth of material about Istanbul.
Easy.
Yeah. Yep, I left my heart there.
For sure. And that poem was just another iteration of that. Like that was masterful. Those three poems were masterful, Sam. Really. Like really. Loving her, learned a language my heart has never forgotten yet. Like, come on. No goodbyes to translate. Like, come on. The door shuts in one direction only. What? Silence, the prelude for the action taken. Like, I love your work, Sam, and I'm thankful that you continue to write it in that voice, in that space, in that vein. Please don't hesitate. Continue to do just that. Best of luck in the competition, but make sure you publish it. Either way, for real. All right. Let's see. We've got, I believe, 3 more artists. 4 more artists. Coming up next, Brooklyn in the building. Stand up. It's been a while since we've heard this artist. I'm not gonna yell at her. She sent me a few things recently. But this artist has a way of telling stories that is texturally real. There is, I mean, I can't think of anyone else in the world that sounds like this artist. I love when she comes through because her style is uniquely her own. The one and only Marckincia in the building. Come on, let these folks know where they can find you. It is great to see you. Please, take it away.
Wait, those are not pigeons. Those are crows. Birds are birds, but what do I know? Outside a supermarket on Clarendon Road, January, dressed as spring, rush hour, in early afternoon. They spared the produce and chose what we discard. Plastic, proof, residue. A man fled inside. The door closed behind. I stayed from the bus window, leaned forward, witnessing alignment. The gather of the glistening black robed. They mark the living and keep the dead accounted for. Something in me recognized the summons. It shouldn't hurt to breathe, to raise self to esteem, to lift the bent into alignment, to release from the body memories, regrets, half-formed apologies that learned to move through muscle and flesh. I'm seen, never noticed. I long to be drawn, mirrored into focus. Shadow, light, allowed equal weight. I wish to grasp and hold, to shape and form, to be maker, material. Breath is energy, is renewal. The quiet relief of self-awareness is watching the slow burn of anger dissipate. I'm learning acceptance, the way the body learns rest. I'm learning honesty and change, forward thinking, spun into motion. The crows did not scatter. They finished their work. This is how judgment moves, thoroughly. I step off the bus, marked not by fear, but by knowing. Some reckonings happen outside of us. Some begin within. The elves sit with me against my disposition. Yet the universe provides order and relief. Once seen, the quiet defiance of breath returns me back to alignment. Thank you.
I have no idea how you do that, but that is spectacular. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Marckincia.
Bravo.
Yeah, sure have missed you the past couple of weeks. It's just great to hear this really bracing kind of, snapshot of reality work you do again. I really like the line about self-awareness and anger. And I kind of get, the more I hear your work, the more some of your poems to me really are a kind of expose about how within our own environment is a kind of philosophy.
Always wonderful. Keep speaking your truth, girl.
You know, Marckincia, you speak from a space that is very real. Not saying that everyone else doesn't speak from a real space, but you speak from a very visceral space when you decide to write your poems. And there's a couple of lines in here that just kind of reminds me of, the guttural place that they come from, because they are so just like magma driven, right? It's like at the heart of a volcano waiting, right? You said January dressed as spring. It shouldn't hurt to breathe. I'm seen, never noticed. I'm learning acceptance the way the body learns rest. And the universe provides order and relief. It's moments like this in your poetry that should remind you of your connection with the universal inspiration that's leading you down the path of incredible artistry. Really, don't get sidetracked. Don't listen to the people that say, oh, poetry may not be that way. You may not have it. Listen, continue to do just that. Continue to stay plugged in to that inspiration, because you write incredible artistry from a perspective that no one else has. Thank you. All right, 3 more artists. We're going to go East Coast, West Coast, East. Coming up next, a true Low East Sider, our resident Gilgamesh. He just does things at such a level that I'm hoping at one point in my career that I can reach his level. He's amazing from every angle of the spectrum. I can't thank him enough for his contributions to the New York Poets Cafe, to his contributions to the online open mic. Really, I appreciate you so very much, sir. The one and only Paul Skiff in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you. It is truly great to see you. Please, check it away.
Nowhere is larger than the universe, more small than the invisible. You can search for nowhere through a door lock, but nowhere is not in the room on the other side. It is inside the lock, beneath perception, too close to see. Because nowhere has no shape, it does not need light or darkness. So nowhere is the permanent transparency of maybe. Nowhere is frequently a place the unexpected comes out of. Somehow, without shape, nowhere has a middle, the place where people get lost and end up when they are not anywhere marked by want. Nowhere is an emptiness where effort ends up going a lot but never arrives. Nowhere is also a mask people frequently put on a place they do not want to talk about so they can disguise facts and keep guilt far away, as though being wrong is not a truth unless it has a place to be found. If nowhere is a place you have never been before, it must be like wonder, and where your lack of experience as a butt wears a spank. What leaves you nowhere is fuss with no reason. Nomads are in love with nowhere. Nowhere is your memory's terminal lost and found apartment, or an end where parts of life cannot be seen in the mirror time uses to admire what is behind it. Nowhere is the only place you can go in a storm. If you really want to get to nowhere, try going through failure, but remember there are more positive, healthy routes, such as being lazy. Nowhere has a confidential agreement with mystery to share not knowing like a secret password. Futility uses to hack conceit. Nowhere is what we are left by human thought when all the reasons have no answer. The problem with nowhere is it cannot be gotten out of. It is not a starting point nor a termination. Nowhere can only be solved from the outside. There is no yes where. There is no maybe where. It is one of life's brutal absolutes. You have to be either somewhere or nowhere. Another uncertainty about nowhere is that if something is lost, it might be anywhere. Nowhere's less absolute twin from another quandary. Anywhere is not existential. It is linked through potential of change to somewhere, which is a place possible to be getting to. When nowhere is indistinct, it can be mistaken for anywhere or somewhere. But this is three wheres playing a trick of futility. And what can be said about those for whom nowhere is a goal, a refuge, a life-giving, sanity-preserving Shangri-La of autonomy and liberation? Such an one is suprahuman, dimensionalized with traits that have no descriptors. They are relatives to the comets, sights traveled from immense distances that stretch time, required to think so their names are definitions of what we do not know. To not show them respect is to risk extinction. Nowhere has a very exclusive relationship with reality because nowhere can hold reality in abeyance. Even the crude, vulgar facts of human depredations mean nothing. But you need to be in the right soul space and the right soul time to dissolve banality with its own uncertainty. That is how nowhere and alienation cooperate in the guise of human emotions like indifference. Neither close nor far, nowhere is always behind. Hold on. Neither close nor far, nowhere is always behind your eyes, inherited as part of your humanity, inevitable, persistent. You are part of nowhere's possibility. You cannot take it off like it was a piece of clothing. Calmness is the art made by nowhere. Nowhere may only be seen as the shadow of feeling, or by putting materiality's hand against the wall of intuition, and with a mouthful of words, spray out imagination to create the phantom-fingered outline of nowhere's negative silhouette. But believe, nowhere is all around, within and without you this very moment. It is the ultimate destination through which you will end up being everywhere. Comprehend me. Behind this is the heart vision that procreates all space. Thank you.
And I've said this many times before. I don't know which galaxy that this cat gets his downloads from, but they are just absolutely ridiculous, for real. You just give it up for Paul Skiff.
Bravo, Paul. Bravo.
That was wonderful, Paul. Just wonderful.
Yeah, for real, Dr. Z Page, for real, and these are the things that'll keep you up for like the next couple hours. Like, did this motherfucker just say? For real. He said, "Nowhere is an emptiness. Nowhere has a middle. Nomads are in love with nowhere." What? Nomads are in love with nowhere? Such a beautiful sentiment, man. Nowhere is the only place you can go in a storm. Nowhere has a confidential agreement with mystery. Nowhere can only be swallowed from the outside. Anywhere is not existential. You need to be in the right soul space. Nowhere is always behind your eyes. You are a part of nowhere's possibility. Yeah, I don't know either. And I'm looking at some of you, you're just like, where in the world did that come from? Like, where was I? That's my question. Where was I when those types of things were being downloaded? Thank you, Jedi Master, for doing what you do. I've told you before, you continue to do it at a high level. You've been doing it longer than some of us have even thought about it, and you're still producing masterful work. Thank you. Please keep your foot squarely positioned on the gas going forward. Really, you're a genius, sir. Thank you. All right, we have two more artists who are on the good luck round. We've got Principe, and then we will close the night with Mason Bailey. Coming up first, also from the Pacific Northwest, the South End in the building. This gentleman comes through, man, and I've seen him over the years. You know, he's been working. He's been, making sure that he's focused on like going to different events. And his work continues to evolve. I love to hear his work. I love to hear what he has every single week. The one and only Principe is in the building. Come on, Principe. Let these folks know where they can find you. Great to see you as always. Please, take it away.
I'll be sharing one poem tonight. It's called Still Mine. The wind chime dances in the air, pushing the external noise away, and it swings back and forth. Stillness embalms its skin, as if preparing it for a casket. Meanwhile, it is calm after the chaos disappears. Before its final ring, the wind chime swings, gets slower and slower. At last, it reaches the final destination, tranquility. Thank you.
Yeah, man. I'm telling you, there's something heavyweight about short poems. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Principe. Yeah, man.
Was that stillness embalms his skin? I wish I wrote that one.
For real. It reminds me of a film that I watched some years ago, where people were looking at the wind chime and they were made out of, human bones. But there's something very real about what you just said, right? Because as a wind chime, and the reason why they are so prominent on people's porches is because of what you said, Principe. They are pushing the external noise away. And when you create your own soundscape, that's when you're starting to generate the energy that you want to keep within your world, within your life, within your home. And that's the significance, right? Not being bombarded with all these other things, but creating that soundscape that you can create the type of energy that makes sense to you and yours. All right. It's been crazy, but we got one more artist. And this artist comes through and she just spits it out like real deal Holyfield. Like, I've heard a few poems of hers, and I love her perspective. I love her delivery. And I'm sure tonight she has something already boiling that she's going to share with us. And as always, I look forward to hearing from her. The one and only Mason Bailey in the building. Come on, Mason. Let these folks know where they can find you. It is great to see you. Please, take it away.
Hey, everybody. This space is wonderful. I look forward to it every week. Thank you so much. The poem I want to share is called I Can Be Near Empathy. I can be near empathy, but not among the pulse of the heavy feeling. I can notice you indulge in the woozy feeling of oversharing as I listen to create a defining subtitle of your problem. They say it's judgment. You didn't know any difference. I can witness your empathy, but bitch, you pushing it. I answered your call and now you want me to agree. I didn't interrupt you. Now you want me to politely soothe. Now you want advice. Now you want me to fix. Did you ever blink twice to think that your request is just as toxic? Loaded with bullets to aim at the self-fulfilling prophecy. Bet you didn't consider it was you this time. Considering my existence is a gift, I refuse to reduce myself down to the dollar to my time, talking to you to make it make sense, jiggle and twitch your existence that some ache for to be seen through. Blink twice if your tears haunt you, trying to flaunt me through the smoke screen, the pretend, the shame, the feel. Lace up my J's to get familiar with my existence, but you rather sweep me off my feet in order to steal. Thief. And I pretend not to know. Thank you.
Nah. Thank you for that line, because I'm gonna work that line. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Mason, baby.
I know.
Yeah, that was such a wonderful kind of dissection of a interpersonal dynamic. Everybody gets caught in sooner or later with a person who really needs something from us, right? And it's like, I didn't volunteer for this kind of thing, but there you are, and I just found that again. You have a lot of times I just don't want your poems to end because I keep learning something new with every line. So I'm glad you came back again, and I really enjoyed that kind of perspective on that dynamic I think most people deal with, and you had a really, really sharp way of kind of taking it apart. And I like the kind of implied self-affirmation in the end when you sort of put your foot down.
For sure. Great critique, Jedi Master. Great perspective, 100%. Please, folks, understand when I say critique, I'm not mean criticizing, right? Critique is a positive focus on what we heard. Listen, Mason, that's right there. Listen, that's that work, right? He said, I could be nice, but bitch, you pushing it, right? Like I just, right? And as I'm looking at the lady's face, they're like, yo, okay, keep talking that, like you gonna push yourself into a bad space. You know what I mean? Your request is just as toxic. Like, it's those things, right? When you start digging into the nuances of what people say and how they say it, how they use language is very particular. And then this line is it's just amazing. And I think that you knew that when you wrote it. You said, "Blink twice if your tears haunt you." Like, if you put that on a shirt, people may not say a few words to you at first. They'll just be blinking at you. You know what I mean? They would just walk up to you blinking at you weird. You're like, why are people just like, Like, I just think that is an amazing sentiment. Thank you for being brave enough to write that. Just amazing. Thank you, Mason, for making sure that you come and hang out with us. It has been an amazing evening, folks. We have heard some brand new voices this evening, and I can't tell y'all how thankful I am for that. Shout out Jazz. Shout out Ruth. Thank you so much for coming to hang out with us. Y'all are absolutely amazing. As I said before, welcome to the greatest community in the world. Garland Thompson in the building. Shout out Yoda. Sonia is here. Marckincia, Brooklyn in the building. Dr. Z Paige, that artwork is serious. For real. Sam Harty. The God. Ike Waltz. The Jedi Master. Shout out Brian. I appreciate you, Brian, for all that you do, for holding me down, man. Thank you so much for that. Shout out Zomkonto. Shout out CP Mays. Shout out Mr. Tezasomo. Shout out Ross Diaz. Shout out Bill Elkins. Shout out Oshun, Yo Yen. All the folks who have been watching on YouTube. All the folks who got view tickets this evening. Thank you so much for rocking with us. You could have been anywhere in the world, folks, but you were rocking with us on this Thursday night. Thank you so very much. We're going to end the night like this. Until we meet again. May this energy we conjured this evening supercharge the rest of your week. Take this power. Inspire others. Energize creativity as we all hope to do through the spirit of Miguel Agarin. Your voice is appreciated, necessary, and always valuable in this space. Thank you for sharing it with us. Never forget, cowards get buried here, and we reclaim our strength through our fearlessness. On behalf of the greatest community in the world, it has truly been a pleasure spending Thursday night with y'all, as always. Until we meet again, folks, take care of yourselves and each other. Peace and blessings.